Hey guys, what up? I'm glad you could all make it. Looks like everybody's here, but let's take roll call just in case. We have Ryan, Emery, Aiden, Lakin, Josie, Carter, Xavier, Easton, and Kenley, right? Where's Evie? Evie. Yep, can you come in, please? Thank you. All right, I'm glad you are here. We're starting a video series about our family story and creating a digital time capsule that you can look back on in the future if you'd like to. So the first thing we're going to look at in this first series is to look at our name, what it means, and what it tells the world about us.
Why are you doing that?
Carter, the reason we're doing this is because 2 Christmases ago, you and your family gave me this book. It's called A Grandfather's Journal, Memories and Keepsakes for My Grandchildren. And it has all kinds of things that I'm supposed to answer for posterity. And then last Christmas, the Brees family gave me this book, A Grandpa's Story, which is very similar, has some very interesting questions. And what I'd like to do is answer this in the video. And that way you can look back on it whenever you would like. So I hope you like it. Thank you. One question that I'm supposed to answer is my favorite snack. If I had to pick one favorite, it's ice cream, but my favorite ice cream is when I take it from somebody else's bowl with my own personal spoon. Okay, have you ever wondered what your last name means? I think it's something that we should explore in the future. Currently, we have in our family the names of Hittle, Nannon, Brees, Hull, Brown, and Frodema. And I think when we have time together, we should take a look and see where they come from and what they mean. Currently, I've researched Hittle through Ancestry.com and the internet. And what I've found is that our ancestors actually came from the German name anyway, German and Austrian name of Hudel. It might have been pronounced Heedle or Hittle. So they have a different pronunciation and accents on those names. So it's hard to say how it was actually pronounced, but there's some evidence that it may have been Heedle, just because it changed from the U to the I, and that may have been a reason to make that change. So the first evidence that I see of actual photos is from a Revolutionary War veteran, that there's a gravestone from the 1780s where George Michael Hittle was in the Revolutionary War, and he would have been your great, 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 great grandfather, I believe. We, we also see that when he signed his name for the Revolutionary War, that he actually has the, it appears to be maybe an H and then some type of a insignia with the two dots above it, which would indicate the German writing. So possibly some Americans, or in that time, colonials, would have changed his name to a form that they could write easier. And that's maybe why it became Hittel at that point. The name of Hittel essentially is maker of huts or a carpenter. And so your last name would essentially be given based on your occupation. And so at some point in the early 1300s possibly, that's when the last name came about. There's really not much to talk about my first name. Kevin has no history within the family. I don't think there's anything important about it. The only thing I could say, it must have been a popular name at the time. It was so popular that there were two of us, two Kevin Hittles, at the grade school that I went to in Sabetha, Kansas. And so even when I go down to Sabetha now, or I make a call down to the utilities company, which I do annually, I have to define which Kevin Hittle I am. So there's not a lot to talk about there other than there's two of us in the world. My middle name actually has great significance to my family and to me. I was named after my grandfather, my mother's father, and I was the 21st grandchild, I believe, out of 32, and the only one to be named after him. He passed away when I was a toddler, when I was 2 or 3, and so I really didn't get to know him, but I understand that we were very close when we were together. Um, he was a farmer and a rancher between Wetmore, Kansas and Goff, Kansas. And as a memento, my mother gave me this gold watch. There's no inscription on it, but legend indicates that this was dropped in 1946 and for family reasons was never repaired at that time. So that's something that we'll talk about in a future video, but it's something that I have had for quite a while, and I'd like to pass it down to one of you someday. The most popular question of all time probably is, what's your favorite color? And years ago when I was in elementary school, my favorite color was purple. I was a Kansas State Wildcats fan, probably in 3rd grade. And one of my favorite heirlooms is a quilt that is purple that was made by my grandmother Jones. One of you will probably get that someday. Right now, for many years, my favorite color for vehicles is a deep cherry red. I actually call it black cherry, and it is so red, so deep, so dark that you can't tell it's black or whether it's red until it gets in the sun. And I've had several trucks that are very similar colors. GMC just recently came out with a color that's actually fairly close to what I like. What I've been able to find is a Sonoma red GMC, and I've had 4 vehicles approximately the same color, and this is what I prefer for my vehicles. There are some people in the family that will remain nameless that feel this is a purple, but as you can see, this is actually a red. It's a burgundy. So if you happen to see them, let them know that they're probably colorblind. Okay, this is the end of this video. I hope you found something of interest and that you gained some knowledge. I do hope that in the future, as you're growing and maturing, that you build something in your life that makes you happy. All of you certainly make me happy. So you take care. The next video will probably be about a house that has some very special memories for me. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
10 souls, 1 heart. That's my legacy, my work of art.